Hey everybody, and welcome back to RNBHomestead. Today we're going to be making some vanilla extract, but we're not going to be using vodka. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also make sure to give us some thumbs up and share this video. I want to thank you guys for joining me on my journey from container apartment gardening to my homestead. So without further ado, let's get into this video. And welcome back. So today we're making homemade vanilla extract. Now if you checked out my channel before, you know I've made vanilla extract before. This is my vanilla extract that I made back in February with vodka. And yes, I shake them weekly, and as you can see, now I like to allow these to sit for at least 6 months, but if you're impatient, after 3 months, after 90 days, you can go ahead and use this. But that's not what we're doing today. So let's put this aside. So like I said, we're making vanilla extract today, but we're not using vodka. This time, we're going to use some bourbon. That's right, Kentucky Gentleman Bourbon. Now, the bourbon, you can use Jack Daniels to the cheapest kind. It really doesn't matter, long as it is bourbon. So, the process is slightly similar to that of doing it with vodka, but we're going to be using bourbon. So what I have here are my bottles. Now these bottles of course are smaller than those bottles, so instead of putting 10 vanilla beans in each, I will put 5 in these. You probably can get away with 3, but I want to be extra. I also have my native vanilla beans. These I bought on Amazon. They come 10 a pack, and I think I paid $22 for all 3 packs, so 30 of them. So the price varies depending on where you get them from, whether you get them from your Whole Foods store, whether you get them on Amazon, or wherever you may get them from. The price of the vanilla bean may differ. So I also have here my little funnel so we don't spill any bourbon, and I also have my marker to make sure that I mark the bottles. So basically what I'm going to do is mark the bottles so that I know when, 3 months, 6 months to a year are up. Now like I said before, you can use this vanilla extract after 3 months. I would suggest to wait at least 6 months. Personally, mine actually will probably sit until December before I start using them. But again, the longer you let it sit, the better the flavor. So let's go into starting this vanilla extract. So as you can see, I have all the bottles. Now these bottles you can actually buy at your Target or Walmart, or you can actually get them at on Amazon or any place like that, or bottle companies. What you can do is before you use them, you can run them through the dishwasher to sterilize them, and then you have your bottles. So let me move these over. So first thing we're going to do here is open this pack of vanilla bean, and I'm going to walk you step by step on how to go ahead and make your vanilla extract. And of course my vanilla bean packet wants to act funny, so I'm going to cut it this way. Now remember, I said depending on the size of the jar, you want to use a certain amount of vanilla extract. For example, in these jars here, where I had the vodka, I used 10 vanilla beans. Some of these are darker than the others, is because there's 2 ways you can do. You can just take the vanilla bean and put it into the jar, but and I did it both ways at this time, but I find the best way to do it is to take your vanilla beans, and like I said before, with this jar size, we're going to do 5 in each. So you take your vanilla bean and actually cut it down the middle to open the vanilla bean so the flavor actually gets out of the vanilla bean. So I'm going to cut all 5 of these down the middle. Just take your knife. I love this Cuisinart knife. It is so sharp. So make sure you have a good knife to cut down the vanilla beans. The vanilla beans are a bit much. Now, I can tell you that the taste of homemade vanilla extract is way different than your imitation. There is no comparison. I've talked to bakers, from your professional pastry chefs all the way down to your home bakers, and they will tell you real vanilla extract tastes way better than that imitation stuff that you use. So if you're a baker, or you can actually use it in drinks too. But basically, as you can see here, I cut down the center of the vanilla bean, and I'm going to go ahead and open it up that way, and then I'm going to put it down into the jar. And like I said, you're going to do about 5 per jar. I like to open them up a little bit so that vanilla is going to come right on out when I put that bourbon in there. So let me go ahead, put that down in there. Now with these bottles, you want to leave at least an inch of space. Where did I cut it at? Maybe I didn't cut it. We're going to leave an inch of space when you're filling these jars up. So this is how your jar is going to look. And actually, because of the height of the jar, I'm going to actually cut these in half. Go ahead and put them in there. This is going to be wonderful. Now you're saying you could, and the thing about this is these beans, you probably could use them probably in about 3 cycles, meaning that you would take this, pour some vanilla extract off, and then fill it back up from what you took out with some, in this case, bourbon. Close it up, shake it, and let it sit couple more months. And so it's basically the gift that keeps on giving. So we have that one. Go ahead and cut these 5. Make sure you be very, very careful. This is, besides using these for baking, cookies, cakes, things of that nature, like I said before, you can use it in some mudslides, some drinks, but you didn't hear that from me. Also, you can give these as gifts. So at Christmas time, you can go ahead and tie a little bow around them and give them as a gift. Now, mind you, if you've been looking in the stores lately, vanilla extract, a bottle half this size of real vanilla extract probably is going to run you about $20. So you just think this probably will run you about $40, $45, maybe probably $50 if you were to get this much vanilla extract. So basically making it yourself, you're going to save money over time, especially if you are a baker. And like I said before, you can use this in cookies, cakes, different type of mud pie recipes. You can actually even use it in some breads too because of the taste. Now mind you, the taste is going to be different because we're using bourbon than it would be if you were using vanilla extract. So I will make you watch me do this for every bottle. So basically, once we have the vanilla bean in the bottle, and like I said before, we're using 5 per bottle because the bottles are smaller. You go ahead and you put your funnel in there. Open up your bourbon. Don't be taking shots. Use the bourbon for the vanilla extract. No drinking on the job. So, is this? No, this has a little thing in it to pour shots. We don't need any shots. So, we're going to go ahead and pour this down in there. See how easily this makes it? Also remember what I told you, leave about 1 inch of head space. Ooh, and see, I did just the opposite. Leave about 1 inch of head space in here. And I remind you, once you go ahead and seal these, I would go ahead and shake these at least, you can shake these at least once a week. So, put the lid on there, lock it down. I love these bottles because they're wonderful as far as locking it down. Go ahead, put the stopper in there, lock it down. Go ahead and shake that up. And there you go. You've made homemade vanilla extract with bourbon. Almost done there. Now I take my Sharpie here and I put that this is April 2021. So that means in some people's cases, they will, in 3 months, will be July. In my case, in 10 months will be October. 6 months will be October. And again, I probably will let these sit to at least December when I'm making holiday cakes. April 2021. So there you have it. You have now made your own homemade vanilla extract using bourbon. So I want to thank you guys for going ahead and joining me. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you go ahead and put them at the bottom. Also, if you want to see anything that I do, because I'm growing, I'm doing vanilla extract, canning, look out because we are canning because we're going to use some of those products for our farmers market. And I'm going to do an update on the garden because I guess you guys probably want to see what's been happening with all the stuff I've been growing. So make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you give us a thumbs up and share our videos with everyone so we can have a big old group of people who are being self-sustainable. But until next time, see you later.